Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Lights Out League Racing Season 31. And we put on that good of a show. We've had to sell some extra tickets and put on a second night. We're back here in Vegas. And no, it's not because of the absolute dramas. It's because of EA and Codemasters just couldn't get their shit together last week. So we've had to redo the race. I'm potentially blaming Terry Reds for doing an immediate pit stop off the line and screwed up the servers. I'm convinced it's him. Everyone point at Terry's and blame him. 0 points today. But we all know we're back in Vegas. No qualifying. We're taking on the qualifying from last week, which sees Portuguese on pole with Wesker on pole for the elite division. A couple of drivers missing this week, which just bumped the grid up. And if I do recall, Amadi goes onto the front row. Lynn Azukan and Michael on row 2. But we'll go through the order. Good evening, Terez Lover. I will blame who I want. He's going to get a verbal slapping. Whoosh! We had a great race in Vegas last week. Again, I'm lying. Div 2 was an absolute piss take of a race. Everyone's had their verbal warnings. I'm sure we're going to see better action this week for the Div 1 boys. What that does mean as well, it does push our calendar back a week for Div 1. Normally we have the same race on for Div 1 and Div 2. But yeah, EA screwed our calendar over. But it does spice it up a bit. Makes it a bit more difficult for the Div 2 boys, who those that watch the Div 1 race to try and get some tips. Not this time. This season's a little bit different. My predictions for the race win. I'm going to go Portuguese. After race 1, he's taking the lead of the championship and for the Platinum division. Also Red Bull, him and Kiza leading the way. But it is, of course, only after race 1. So having a look at it, Lennon, the only one to start on hards, everyone else on soft. So interesting call there from Lennon. Everyone expecting an early safety car. I just want to get rid of these soft tyres. Big shout out to Lennon in the Williams. Apparently it's his birthday today, so big congratulations. We know that his missus, she's not going to be talking much tonight. She's going to have a mouthful, if you know what I mean. We shall see. Clever or stupid, Lennon. It's only time will tell. As I say, Portuguese leading us around with Amadi joining him on the front row. Lynn Azukan and Michael on row 2 with Wesker taking that pole for elite, joined by Callum in P6. Adam Mako, McLaren's near the front of the grid, very tasty. P7 with Benji alongside him. AJ and Capsock round off the top 10. We've got Kiza Giza and Lennon on row 6 with Timo and Elite Dave on row 7. Timo currently taking the lead in the elite division after round 1. Can he follow up after a little bit of disgruntled qualifying? Not so Elite Dave. Let's see if he can complete a race. That's his challenge. Complete the race, Dave. All right, Dave. Bumper car Ben P15 with Terry Reds, who got disqualified. Starts from the back, and then we've got Katamise and Benedict back. Katamise back with us, missing last week, so thankfully for him, gets to race. And then Benedict reserving for Jax Daniels, who's missing, and we'll start from the rear. We're also missing Six Pompano in the Aston Martin, and Brutus in the Williams. Lenazukan apparently forgot put his setup on. That's his problem, not ours. Vegas, a 6.2 kilometre anti-clockwise circuit, 17 corners, 11 to left, 6 to the right, with 2 DRS zones, proving very powerful. Portuguese is in his grid box, 150 metres from pole to turn 1 braking point. It's going to be quite congested, I'm sure. as we're waiting for Benedict to get into his box. Here's a mandatory tyre race, so all drivers have to use a set of softs, mediums, hards within the race, which adds an extra element of strategy. Linazukin and Wesker both disqualifying, and Katami's in their pit boxes as we wait for the lights to start showing. They're showing now. It's 2, 3, 4, 5. It's lights out and away we go. And it's a good start from Michael, who just gets slightly ahead of Linazukin. Katami's reversing off the line. I hope he's not trying to go in the pit box. Katami's trying to be clever, has disqualified himself. Wow. But Michael's got himself, and Wesker's up to place Linazukin. I think his setup's just completely messed up here and found himself all the way down into P9. AJ ends up on facing the wrong way, all the way down to P17. Just slight contact with Linazukin. It looks very minimal there as Bumper Car Ben and Terry Red's thrown the chicane. Terry Red's on the inside of turn 9. Has he got that overtake done? He doesn't. Bumper Car Ben's still slightly ahead. It's a 3-car drag through turn 10. Bumper Car Ben loses out to both of the Mercedes. Terry Red's just ahead of his teammate for now, defending the inside of turn 12. The Portuguese and Amadi have broken away already out of that DRS range. Wesker up to P3 ahead of Michael. It was a good start to the race for the McLaren. Michael and Callum both chasing down. Keys are getting past Linazukin. Not DRS, still not yet active. But it looks like everyone's got a clean. Oh, there's a slight contact behind. It's not so elite Dave. Lost his wing on the inside of the triple chicane. I think he just got caught, but he's going to go for that early pit stop then, get off those soft tyres, gets a fresh wing on. Go on, Dave. The Portuguese and D already broken away. Front 2 looks like it's an early battle between them as Benji up to P5 ahead of Michael. Michael losing out a couple of places at the start of the race. I think it has to be the fastest retirement, Katami, yes. Did you by any chance reverse to try and go into the pit lane? Be honest, because if so, that's probably what's happened. As everyone's settled now on lap 2, hour 25. So still a long way to go, a few pit stops to go. It's a 20-second pit stop, so you don't want to be doing more than you need to. Elite Dave will hoping for a safety car. Yeah, that's what screwed us over last week, I think, with Terry's trying to do that. So the game's not liked it and bugged you off. So trying to be clever, the game's mugged you off. Callum passed Wesker up to P3 for the Visa Carb, our Div 1 champion. As we see Benji taking a look at Wesker as well. Very locked wheels. It looks like they both made it through. As we see Michael just tapping the wall. It's got quite congested coming down to the final corner. Good battle as we've got the Haas of Michael on the inside of Wesker. Wesker just slightly caught off guard on Benji's overtake. And Benji now up to P4. Benedict in the pit lane, getting rid of his soft tyres. Italian hand gesture for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, he's reserved. First time this season. We've seen him on the track and he's given himself a good 10-second spanking. Callum just closing that gap as we see the McLaren of Adamaco get past Caps Lock at turn 5. And McLaren's now in situ up to P7 for the McLaren and just closing on his teammate as well. Will we see Wesker let his platinum driver through? We'll have a dose of DRS. Wesker just slightly slipping out. Some clutches of Michael. Benji going to be a sit and duck down the back straight. It was a poor exit out turn 12 though for Michael, and already Wesker's got past. Nice big breathing space for the Ferrari. As Portuguese loses out to Amadou, takes the lead of the race for the first time. And I think there's going to be a three-way battle as Adam gets past Wesker as well. I think Wesker's probably let his teammate go through. Will Michael try and get past Wesker? He doesn't. Hugs that inside line. It's very tight, and it's good skill on show here by the drivers driving in close proximity as we see Giza lose traction on the exit of 16. But a few drivers now jumping in the pits, getting rid of these soft tyres. We see Adam, Michael and Giza doing that early pit stop, looking to do the undercut. Katami is 3.7 seconds his race. AJ in as well. Managed to catch back up to the pack. Michael going to the hards. Everyone else choosing to go on the mediums. Callum goes deep. It's not often as he hears that, is it? Misses his braking point at the chicane of turns 7 and 8, and that pulls him out the clutches of the front two. And he's going to have to burn a bit of rubber now. We might see him pit anyway. Callum, of course, racing for the first time this season alongside Portuguese and I think D of a no line. That means all assists off, which means a lot of these tracks are going to be racing no line for the first time as we see Portuguese retake the lead of the race. And a big gap between Callum forming. Benji actually gained a couple of tenths on the Div 1 champion, landing up to P6. Getting slightly ahead of Caps Lock. And his hard tyres, the best tyre probably to be on at this moment in time, as we see Portuguese going into the pit and looking to do the undercut. Callum following him as well, so Amadi doing the extra lap on the softs. Big cluster of cars into the pits now, and it'd be interesting to see. Timo and Terry still carrying on then, thinking they got still some life in their tyres. As they go down Coral Lane to turn 5. Getting that DRS off Lennon on a totally different strategy. Everyone else, and bump car Ben continue. Portuguese has come out. Adam Macco's come out in P8. A couple of seconds behind Callum. He's actually jumped Benji in the pits by doing the undercut. Keys has found himself up to P10 ahead of the likes of Wesker and Lindezuken. I think Wesker, he wouldn't know. Wesker wouldn't have hit Pungula. Lindezuken's so bad because he has not put his setup on apparently, even though he was told about it pre-race. Beat Dave into the pits then on some fresh mediums. I predict he's probably had some more wing damage. Racing not so elite at the moment. Currently running P17. Yeah, at this sort of track though, you do lose out. Timo making the overtake on Lennon. You probably need that extra boost of speed as Portuguese pass bumper car Ben down the back straight. And Amadi into the pit, Timo in 2. Lennon will take the lead of the race. You heard that once or twice. Hiya, Barca, you're right. Unlucky last night, mate. A good match, I'm sure. But, yeah, can't win them all. Yeah, Lennon, of course, stepping up from Div 2 last year. Won 1 or 2 races. He can't be that bad. He got a good quality. Got himself up to P5 in quali last week. Just amazing what a setup can do. Bumper car Ben in the pits, getting some fresh tyres on, going on to the hards. As we're seeing cars go everywhere. Wesker doing a double overtake down to turn 5. Oh, what's Benedict doing? Probably wasn't the. Well, yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen his Pro Clubs talent. Benedict trying to save the position, but probably not the moment to make the overtake. Nothing, no damage done, but just be mindful of P10 for the Mercedes, who's gained a few places after the pit stops. And you can see 1 or 2 drivers on different strategies. Some doing the mediums and finishing on the hards. 1 or 2 doing the hards onto the mediums, and then Lennon, the only driver to yet pit. As we see Callum and Amadi exchanging places. So Callum has gained on the pit stops, has closed in on Amadi. Both losing out to Portuguese as Benji and Adamako exchange positions well. Benji up 2P5. It's going to be a good battle between the Ferrari and the McLaren, I believe. Michael. Where's Michael? He's ahead of Terry's as Callum proving his pace. Wow, it must be just a poor skill level then. Adam and Benji fine again. Adam trying to take a look round turns 3 and 4. Looking on the inside of turn 5 down Coral Lane, and it should be a pretty rudimentary overtake. Benji still trying to defend it, but Adam's made the move stick. Brilliant overtake from the McLaren. Benji side by side round. So as we approach the chicane, it's got to be Adams. Good attempt by Benji and good battle. I can imagine they're both sweating cobbers. Still going, nipping at Adam's heels as we approach the long straight. Amadi. You're going to do a comeback, bar, so I'll believe it when we see it. You Mr. No-Show. Benji with the aid of DRS. Back up to P5. Smashing battle here. There's Amadi all over the rear of Callum. Lennon no slouch here. Portuguese is not rapidly closing on the Williams, as Amadi now the one to set the fastest lap. Let's jump back on with Adam and Benji. As we see Lenazuka do an overtake on Benedict up to P10 for the Alpine. He's now found his stride. A little encouragement from Barca. There's one for his reel that he can rub in Barca's face. We've got a good battle here as Kieser and Wesker and Timo closing in on the battle for P5. This is going to make things very interesting. Portuguese under 2 seconds now to Lennon. Lennon will be, of course, a lot quicker in the last 2 stints. As we jump back on with the Sauber. Getting past Callum. Up to P3. It's going to be a very interesting battle. And can they kind of close the gap as Wesker in voice chat with Kieser, giving him bits as we jump back with Benedict and Michael. Michael just on the outside, gets slightly squeezed by Benedict. Terry Reds with Michael's poor exit out of turn 16. Not giving it up though. Oh, I thought Terry was going to hit the wall on the inside of the final corner. Michael fighting hard in between the Mercedes. It's dropped down as after a poor start. We've got a yellow flag. It is Callum. I think Callum's hit the wall at turn, has he got wing damage? I think Callum's hit the wall coming at turn 5. He's lost an end plate. Oh, you don't hear that often. And was it a battle between Amadi or is it his own mistake? He's got wing damage, he's going to have to pit. And he's going to try and go to the end on hards, I think. And he's under threat now from that battle with Benji, Adam, Wesker and Kieser and Timo. Oh, he's struggling with that wing damage. Benji's pushed him round the turn 12. There's a bit of breathing space for Amadi as we go and see the teammates and Mercedes exchange positions. Callum into the pits then as Portuguese is retaking the lead of the race past Lennon. Callum actually is not in the pits. It's because he hasn't reached it yet. He's clattering the wall though. He's struggling. He's going to have to go in. As we jump back down and see Lennon. Oh, little clatter. Michael almost losing his back end, but it's managed to control the car. Look on the inside of Terry's. What an overtake there from Michael. Terry's left quite respectable, left him plenty of room. And Terry's now under threat from his teammate. Benedict on the inside of turns 1 and 2. Oh, he's driving on an ice rink, and AJ's retired. He's crashed out. A final corner, is it? Or is he? No, he's retired in the pits. Oh. He's probably going to watch Arsenal, to be fair. Right, thanks for retiring the pits, AJ. Keys has lost out to Timo and is just hanging on to clutches of this train ahead. Callum has come out in P15. He's gone to the hard, as I said, and he's going to go to the end of the race. He's got bumper car Ben ahead of him. Once he goes past him, he's got plenty of free air just to pump some laps in. But your Div 1 and Platinum champion not having it all his own way. Terry's and Benedict's having a good scrap. Benedict's getting himself track limits somehow. Adamaka and Benji at it again. Adamaka with DRS up to P4 now after Callum's mistake. As we see Callum get past Michael and Terry's. Oh! Michael goes deep at the triple chicane. Slightly claps the wall and loses out 3 positions. He doesn't have damage, thankfully, but you can see he just missed his braking point. There's Amadi past Lennon now as well. Lennon still going. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him pit probably the next lap or so. Try and hang on the pigtails of Amadi. You cling onto him like Mr. Trunchbull. You get him in the chokey. He's already out of DRS. He's thinking about his BJ later. Michael still in the battle here. Capsock all over the back of Benedict. Capsock probably with the better compound and tyres at the moment. So come out of turn 9 under the elevated monorail. Capsock, oh, early move here for Capsock. So he's going to make a move. Took a quick look, but he should have Benedict down the back straight. Past Caesar's Palace and the Bellagio Fountains. Hard Rock Cafe. I've got a Hard Rock on watching this. Benedict going on the defence on the inside. Just had enough in his ERS to keep them behind as Wesker pitting. First one on the mediums to pit. Lennon's in now, getting off those hard tyres as predicted. As we see this brilliant battle here, it's joined Timo. Timo on the different strategy, of course. In for a good position here again, the Haas driver. Battling with Benji and Wesker for that win in the Elite. For those that haven't watched, when I'm saying Platinum Elite, we are actually a league that has 2 divisions. So you're watching the Div 1 boys now. Div 2 will follow about 9 PM UK after this race. As Timo having a look on the inside of turn 9. We've got, is that bumper car Ben? It's bumper car Ben. Crashed out coming out of turn 4, damaged his wing. And then each division, there's 2 tiers. Top 10, and then the second 10 being in the second tier, which is Elite. The top tier is the Platinum, and then a driver from each tier represents a driver from each the constructors to have a good battle to the end. So Timo getting past Benji. Lennon on those fresh rubber past Linazukan already. Up to P7 here. Lennon doing a fantastic job. Michael again past Capslock as Benedict on the inside of both of them. Michael trying to defend the inside. It's got very tight, but brilliant driving again. It's so hard to turn your car in. It's such a tight left-hander. But these three are having an absolute cracking race as Linus Zuken's in. Big cluster of cars going in again. Promotes Timo up to P3. Amadee 3 seconds behind Portuguese on the same strategy. Although Amadee with that extra lap. Can he close the gap on the championship leader? Callum after the pit stops, only P12. Guys come out. We'll have 3 laps offset on him. Callum taking a quick look at the Ferrari. Not able to make the overtake as yet. Car Ben and Elite both in as well. Interesting enough, Adamako's come out ahead of Benji by 2.5 seconds. And he's got his teammate to buffer the Ferrari for him. I think Adam's in for a good result here. Potentially a podium position for the McLaren. I don't want to tempt fate for him. It'd be well deserved. As he drags his teammate behind him, Callum getting past Benji with DRS. Benji jumps into his slipstream, trying to minimise the distance of the overtake. Up to P11. Callum, can he finish in the top 10? He's gained half a second on the McLarens ahead of him. Timo gets a pit to go onto the mediums. And a fine start to his time here at Light Sail League Racing. Debut season as a full-time driver. And has proved himself a good fit within the league. Exactly sort of driver that we love to have. Head down, loves racing. Clean battling. And results will come in his favour. Oh, a nice bit of neck lube. Lennon currently running P4. Still yet to pit for those soft tyres. Oh, what's happened to Callum? Oh, I think he's gone deep at turn 12. Callum's missed his braking point again. He hasn't got damage though, thankfully. As Portuguese in the pits then. To go on the hards on his final stint. And Amadee takes the lead of the race once again. Callum struggling here in Vegas. He's doubled down and it's the cards aren't in his favour. As Caps Lock in the pits then to do his final pit stop. Onto the hard tyres. Interesting to see how everyone's strategies play out. Portuguese has come out behind Timo. Won't want to be stuck behind the Haas too long. Through this middle sector. It's just going to compromise his chance of an undercut on Amadee. But we'll have that dose of DRS down the Las Vegas strip. And here just 2 seconds off Portuguese, but does have to pit again for those soft tyres. Terez has found himself up, it's P5. After just getting disqualified in qualifying. Again, still has to pit and put those medium tyres on. Portuguese up to P2. Standard overtake for the Red Bull. Looking to continue his fine form. Got 13 seconds behind Amadee. It's about 20 seconds pit stop, so should have a massive buffer for when the Sauber pits. Not so elite Dave, as I said, reserving here for Brutus. Still going strong in P16. And I'd love it for him to finish. Adamako ahead of Bennett. Bennett's actually going in the pit, so both McLarens go through. Wesker pushing his teammate around the corner. Bennett getting off these tyres and going on to the mediums for his final stint. And we're looking to be racy. Good teamwork here. All those that watch the stream know I love a bit of teamwork. And I tell you what, Real Madrid 1-0 up after 1 minute. Away at Bayern. Now that's a tie. Michael getting himself another chat limits. Oh, Michael struggling a bit in Vegas of trying to keep it within the walls. There's not many places you can run off, but he's finding them. Going off like a bucket of prawns in the sun. Elite Dave. He's retired in the pits. Oh, not so Elite Dave. Carries on his big streak of not finishing a race. You have 9 laps to go. He's doing it for Bance. He's doing it for Bance. Wesker still behind his teammate. Not trying to compromise. What they're best doing is just working together. Pull each other along on the DRS. Tered's now in the pits. Going on to the mediums. Followed by Michael. Where's Michael? In the pits. Benji up there, not promoted up to P7, but he's got Giza for company. Giza having a fine race. As it stands, it doesn't seem like he's been up to much, but he's been in and around all these battles. He's just sitting back and watching them happen, basically. But he's here, battling Benji now. Division 2 rivals last season, both made the move up to Division 1. And both looking for a mid-top 10 finish here. And be a real result. As it stands at the moment, Almadi will take the lead of the race, but Portuguese has the net lead. Keys all over the back of Benji. Benji trying to defend, but will not be able to defend that easy. As we see Callan go deep again at turn 12. He's struggling to find his braking point. And it compromises his exit out of turn 12 and down the straight. And I have Lennon Zukin for company 1 second. Keys is not able to make a move yet. Big straight line speed there for Benji. As we see Timo and D. Hot stepper just consolidating that Real Madrid are 1 up. Gula's actually a class player, and now he's been given the opportunity. He's absolutely bossing that Madrid team. Almadi comes out behind Lennon then. And of course, Lennon still needs to pit. Adam Mako and Wesker go through, but Timo, with this strategy, come out in P6 on fresh mediums. And as I said, he's got his head down, kept himself clean, had some great battles, but he's found himself in a chance of a podium. He needs to get past both McLarens. And may have Lennon to battle with on the soft tyres. Lennon's going to be in the shout. What birthday present that will be. Get himself, for his first time in Div 1, get himself his first podium. It's going to be a cracking end these next 7 laps or so. I think the top 2 positions are potentially decided, but that last podium position is going to be between, I think, Adam Wesker, Timo and Lennon. And I can't call it. I cannot call it, Captain. Might be a bit of a shout for Lennon, who's carrying on. I predict he's probably going to pit this end of this lap, as we see Terry's past Lennon Zukin and Michael getting past Capsock as well, both with that DRS. Giza. Terry Reds with the fastest lap. Oh, that'd be a cracking extra point for the Mercedes driver. One half of team admin. As Giza now making the move on Benji up to P7 for the Red Bull. And that's a brilliant overtake from the Welshman. And back there, all positions at finish, gain points. And Red Bull taking that early lead of the season. And that extra position, can it be of extra value to the end of the race? Bayern have equalised 1-1. It's going to be a brilliant tie. Of course, Arsenal and Sporting on tonight, and I'll keep you up posted on how that fares. Lap 19 of 25, not long to go. As Amadi past Lennon now. After the triple chicane and the Sauber now has got 7.5 seconds to close down on Portuguese. Portuguese just absolutely flying in fine form at the moment. As Benji retakes past Giza and Terry's has overtaken Callum. Oh, he'll be giving him absolute beef in the admin chat. Callum will be not loving that, and he'll be trying to retake it. Approaching turns 1 and 2. Terry's has broken away. He's got Lenazukan all over him. Shows a big difference of how much no line can make a difference. But also, he hasn't had that much practice. And practice does mean perfect. No hot stepper, 1-1 already. Cracking tie. It's the games that you watch the Champions League for. Snap of rear end from Lenazukan. Come out of turn 5, but he's stuck with Callum. As we jump back up and see this battle here for P4. Timo is caught up to his championship rival of Wesker. Wesker poor exit out of turn 12. And giving Adamako a little bit of breathing space, but is put him under threat from the Haas. Haas, of course, taken an early lead in the overall championship, Constructors' Championship. Side by side, drag race down to the triple chicane. And Timo on the inside has got past Wesker up to P5 here. And he's going to be battling here. Adamako going to the final corner. Down Harman Avenue. Start lap 21. Brilliant drive here from the Haas. On the inside of turn 1. Adamako has a corner though. Lennon's in the pits to go on the softs. Interesting to see where he comes out behind this battle here for P3. Timo has got ahead of Adamako. Coming out of turn 4. This Haas driver is flying. He has DRS as well to pull himself away from the McLarens. And he's now in for a chance for P3. But Lennon is 5 seconds behind. He's got 5 laps to go, including this one. And he's already gained a couple of tenths. Lennon's in for a shout here for podium as well. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas and all that jazz. You can see the battle ahead of him. He's already gained a second. Lennon could get himself a podium on his birthday. What a treat. He's going to suffer a bit down the straight with DRS. Timo's just pulled it out of the DRS, I believe. These McLarens need to work together. They've got a fight ahead and behind them. Oh, what a race. Michael ahead of Lenazukan. We've got a good cluster of cars behind them. Callum trying to catch Terry Reds, who's caught up for this battle for P7 now. I think we're going to see some positions changing in the next couple of laps. This isn't going to end how it stands. And I'm here for it. Giza trying to retake Benji, but Benji putting on a great defensive masterclass. Different lines coming out of turn 4. Can Keyser make the overtake to turn 5? Keyser taking a quick look, but not able to make a move. As you see, Lenazukan just pulling out of the dirty air. Lennon 2.5 seconds behind the McLarens. Adamaku still just out of DRS range. Needs to close that gap. The Williams driver absolutely flying. I wouldn't be surprised if he sets himself the fastest lap as well. Brilliant strategy call here from Lennon. Just over 1.5 seconds behind this battle for P4. Adamaku closing in. They're trying to on Timo, but Timo's got some massive straight line speed. Under 2 seconds now, Williams. If Adam wants any chance of a podium, he's almost 2 seconds adrift now. Needs his teammate just to drop back a bit. Michael's got ahead of Callum. Callum's not having his best race at all, as Len does set that fastest lap. 1:33.2. Just over a second for the Williams. Behind the McLarens now, who are falling adrift of Timo. Lennon may run out of laps for that podium, but he could get himself ahead of both the Papayas. Now within DRS range. This is going to be feisty. This is going to be tasty. As he follows him through past the MSG sphere. Lenazukan past Callum now. Callum's struggling on those old hard tyres. He was forced to pit, and as he got damaged end plate, he's lost an end plate as well. Oh, Callum's struggling this week, but he does add extra spice into the championship fight. He's going to try as hard as he can to try and get triple back-to-back championships, but at the moment he's got a big fight in his hands. Lennon, his championship rival, gets up to P5 now. Can he do a double overtake on Adamaku? He has only a look on the inside of the triple chicane. Adam tries to defend it. It's side by side coming through turn 16. A brilliant overtake from Lennon. Terry Reds and Geezer. Mercedes trying to look at Benji. Previous Div 2 battle on show here. But Lennon now up to P4. He's got 3.5 seconds with 2 laps to chase down Timo. Michael ahead of Geezer. He's going to try and do a triple overtake on Benji and Terry's too. On the inside. Crazy driving there from Michael. Little snap, and I don't think the Ferrari of Benji would like that. He lets Benji go. But gets on the inside again of Benji. Oh, squeezing into the wall. Oh, that wasn't great driving there from Michael at all. I don't think Benji would be too pleased. Benji. Oh, what's Michael doing now? Oh, Michael's not having a great end to this race at all. As we see Keyser and Lenazukan lock wheels at the wall. This looks like a Div 2 race, boys. It's going off like a frog in a sock now. Terres has found himself after that calamity up to P7 somehow. Lennon's up to P4. I think he's going to struggle to get that podium position. Brilliant strategy calling up. I think it'll be absolutely chuffed. But as it stands then, Timo will get P1 in the elite. Lennon will get P2. Adamaku will get a P3 podium in the platinum, and Wesker P3 in the elite as that Callum gets past Michael. As the lead drivers start the final lap. Oh! Michael clatters the wall on the penultimate lap. And I think slight karma there for Michael. He's probably not happy at all. What are you doing, Michael? Purposely driving into the wall. That's going to be a harsh punishment for you, my friend. Harsh punishment for you. Portuguese, though, cruising to the end of the race. You can see Amadi behind him. Benedict getting fastest lap. As the reserves don't get. Portuguese just cruising to the end. As Capslock and Lenazuken battling here. Round turn 9. Capslock just ahead of the Alpine. We'll jump back on with Portuguese as he just nurses tyres to the end. Great drive from the Red Bull. Back-to-back wins. Comes from pole. Gets the race win. Congratulations to Portuguese. Amadi comes home P2. Mr. P2 once again. And continues his championship fight. Big congratulations to Timo. First podium in LOLR. Gets P3 but also P1 in the elite. Lennon coming home P2. Cracking drive from him. Big birthday celebrations. Adamako P3 in the elite. Big up to the McLarens. With Wesker getting P3 as well in the elite. Teres comes home P7. I think he'll be happy with that after starting near the back. After disqualifying Benji coming home P8. P9 for Lennon, for Callum, sorry. Round off the top, the Capslock round off the top 10. Kizagiza P11. Lenazuken P12. It's Benedict creeping home. Getting that fastest lap on those fresh softs. And then Bumper Car Ben coming home P14. Some decent points there for the Kick Sauber. As I said earlier, everyone that finishes the race gets points. And he'll get quite a few on the board with one or two drivers crashing out or missing. Perhaps like leaving a little bit early. Michael in the chat apologising for whatever happened. I don't know what happened. It got a little bit feisty, a little bit tight. But there's your podium. Top step sitter. Getting out his bucket of beer and celebrating on the strip. Portuguese taking that win. Benedict getting the fastest lap. Driver of the day given to Timo. Definitely in for a shout. Kizagiza with the most overtakes. And there's extra points, of course, awarded to the driver that's gained most positions. Portuguese taking the race win. After starting from pole, Amadi, Mr. P2, and Timo from P13 gaining 10 places. In for a shout potentially for the bonus point. And gaining P1 in the elite. Lennon getting P2 in the elite. Adamako P3 in the platinum with Wesker getting P3 in the elite. So big points there for the McLaren team. Terry Reds coming home P7. Benji Boy P8. Al Callan P9 and Kizagiza round off the top 10. Linzuken P11 from P3. He will not be happy at all. Benedict P12 and the fast lap with a 32.0. Bumper Car Ben P13. Capslock. No, Bumper Car Ben will be 14th. Capslock 13th. Elite Dave, AJ, Katamise all retiring from the race, and Michael retiring from the race. Well, there was an absolute show there, and there was a better spectacle than we did have for the Div 2 boys last week here in Vegas. If you want to see some more LOLR action, join us again in about 40 minutes time or so for the Div 2 boys around 9 PM UK. They will be in Baku. If you want to see the Div 1 boys again, they will be doing the Baku race next week at 7:30 UK on Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. My name is Alex. This is Lights Out League Racing. Peace out.